Hello everyone, welcome to FCA Friday, and today we are going to be going over an adult goodie bag for FCA Friday for St. Patrick's Day. So notice the green. So for anyone who doesn't know, St. Patrick is actually the saint of shepherds, and he's associated with tranquility, keeping things together, management, and peace. Those are the things that kind of come together with him, because shepherds got to keep a flock of sheep together. You know, a relatively defenseless animal. So you got to be able to keep calm in situations and, deal with them. And St. Patrick's is associated with the season of Lent, which starts from Ash Wednesday, which goes after Mardi Gras, and then goes until Easter Sunday. Now, because of that long span of time you're supposed to be, you give things up. People give up meat, people give up behavior and activities, and it's kind of a chance to try again and start over. But you need a little pick-me-up, you need a little boost. And St. Patrick's Day is actually a break from the strictness of Lent. It's this little, boost in the middle of Lent. And so it is a day of a bit more indulgence, and people see St. Patrick's Day as a day just to drink. It is. It's a day to give into indulgences amidst the giving up of everything for Lent. And people usually do that by partying it up. And when you're having a St. Patrick's Day party, having a St. Patrick's Day goodie bag is definitely a bonus. So I have just a regular green, it's a kind of a neutral green, light green bag, and with some sparkly, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see these sparkles in this, but there they are, with some paper bunched up at the top, and the contents for an adult goodie bag, because with kids you give them little treats, little toys, and a bunch of candy. With adult goodie bags, you also want to include candy, but you want to include some adult things. So for St. Patrick's Day, one of the number one things that you should have in any adult goodie bag is a Hangover Cure. So this is the fast liquid relief in citrus flavor, and it's called First Aid Shot Therapy. And you can get these from Amazon for a 2-pack for about $6, $5.98, $5.99, something like that. So have one of these in there, because whoever is receiving the goodie bag at a St. Patrick's Day party is definitely going to appreciate that. I have also included a green sheet mask. This is a moisture green tea and honey mask. You can get large amounts of masks for not a lot of money from Outlook, just going on Amazon. I usually get mine from Outlook because they have these Korean brands that have really great ingredients that are perfect for your face. And sheet masks, which is what this is. A sheet mask is wonderful because it is going to be good for men and for women, because guys aren't as meh about sheet masks most of the time. And I mentioned candies. I personally like to include stuff like Peppermint Patties, gum, and chocolate. And a particular chocolate that I think is perfect for St. Patty's Day are these little chocolate coins, little chocolate cent pieces. And you can get from like Oriental Trading. I'm not sponsored by anybody, by the way. You can get actual St. Patrick's coins that have shamrocks on them that are the gold foiled coins. And another bit that I love to add into goodie bags for adults is, this is Mystical Fire. So I typically add 2 or 3 of these packets depending on how many bags I'm making. And you can get a 24 pack for, I don't know what it is, like $12, $13 from Amazon. And Mystical Fire are just these chemical packets that you throw onto a bonfire and it makes colors. And that's just very exciting. And just as a little St. Patrick's Day bonus, and I know it's a little bit childish, but on St. Patrick's Day parties, people love nostalgia and people love to do things just let go a little bit. So you just include a little lucky charm, or this is a temporary tattoo. People love dress up stuff, and I didn't actually get them in time for this, but you would include, you know, beads and glow lights, glow sticks, because people love to party and they like to go hard. And I didn't add too many dress-up elements to mine, just for the sole fact that I think of goodie bags as something for people to enjoy after the party rather than at the party. And so I don't include, you can if you want to hand them out at the door as a greeting, like, hey, we're starting the party off with this, then you could include, you know, dress up things for St. Patrick's Day. But really the only one I had in here was the little pretend tattoo, because that's fun. And like I said, these things are for adults, so candy is always a plus. Something for people to enjoy afterwards, an introduction to spring. A beauty item of some sort, whether it be chapstick, Germ X, even though that's not super beauty related, or a sheet mask that can be gender neutral. And like I said, you can include a Hangover Cure. And you could optionally, because I'm doing this I work at a bar and you're not allowed to give away free alcohol because that's illegal. And it's not safe to give people who are drinking just random alcohol. But if you had it at your house, you could include an alcohol, one of those mini alcohols that you get from the gas station, and just throw one of those in there. Like I said, it's a nice after party afterthought, and you just kind of keep it simple with this, and then have a happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Bye-bye.